Hey guys, it is Holy Basil back with another video, back between the rack. And the topic of discussion for today's video is going to be supplements. Almost every gym bro is going to go through a phase of buying supplements to get that extra edge in the gym. And every couple of years, there's some new supplement or trendy supplement that people are obsessed with. To take it back a few years, 6 to be exact, I was working as a nurse and I had a little disposable income at the time, and I went down this rabbit hole of supplements. At the time, I was following Dr. Tony Huge with Enhanced Athlete a little too closely.
Choosing the right, stacking them together properly, and addressing the other muscle growth pathways of the enhanced muscle matrix. Because it's not just the androgen receptor that builds muscle.
And the dude's not even an MD. He's a lawyer. That's even sketchier. But Tony Huge was obsessed with optimizing yourself with every way that you could. And of course, he did steroids and SARMs and all types of other supplements. Embarrassingly enough, he pulled me in hook, line, and sinker.
This is a beautiful hybrid striper.
Now, I take full responsibility for my actions. I just don't want anybody else to get conned as well. So rather than focusing on the bread and butter of fitness, diet, progressive overload, and recovery, I was focusing on buying as much supplements and SARMs as I could. Blowing money. I wrote out a list of everything I could remember that I was taking at the time, and this is just a fraction of it. Berberine, arachidonic acid, ginkgo biloba, L-carnitine, ginseng, milk thistle, maca root, mucuna pruriens, EAAs, turkesterone, lion's mane, alpha-GPC, HMB, epicatechin, apple extract, krill oil, and the list goes on. Now don't get me wrong, some of these things work and some of these things are useful. But I was convinced that I had to take these things to get that extra edge, to be healthier, to retain muscle, to make all the gains. And boy, was I wrong. Now, supplements aren't inherently bad, and I take a couple. The main ones I take are whey protein, because I like the taste and it makes it easier to get in some protein, especially on a diet. It tastes good.
But I do it anyway because it's sterile and I like the taste.
Creatine, proven time and time again to be the best yielding natural supplement. And everybody's most favorite, caffeine, baby. Love me some good black coffee. Now, what you got to watch out for with people in supplements is, are they selling it? Then they might not be the most honest in each scenario. And all those research studies that you see, they might be a little manipulated or fluffed up. Now, you're not a bad person and you're not stupid if you like supplements. That's your choice. And if you feel a difference from them, that's great. Nothing's going to beat a whole food diet, adequate hydration, and rest. And a lot of the supplements that you're going to buy are going to do nothing besides burn a hole in your wallet.
Oh my goodness. Oh, my wallet. That was crazy, huh? Yeah, huh? Shoot.
That's nice.
I think we remember all the hype around turkesterone over the past 4 years. Ineffective it was, and even a lot of the sellers of their turkesterone didn't even have much in it. The product that it was claiming to be was so minimal, and you got to watch out for labels such as proprietary blends. What does that even mean? When you're a new lifter, it's so important to establish a foundation and understanding the principles. You can build off of that with supplements. They can be useful, but if you don't have the staples down, then you're just reaching and grabbing it. Don't be like me and go supplemental. I was crazy, obsessed. I was living with some bros at the time, and for whatever reason, they were in my room, and they saw all the supplements that I had in my closet, and they started making fun of me and teasing me. And I usually don't get my feelings hurt easy, but I did that time, and I got really upset. And they apologized, and we're still friends to this day. But in hindsight, I really was the fool, and they were probably within the right. It was way too many supplements. But what I like to think about is going back to the Bronze Age of bodybuilding, all those black and white photos of people with some pretty solid physiques, they built pretty solid physiques. And this was before testosterone even. So these guys weren't taking specialized supplements. They were probably just eating whatever they could, and they still looked great. So you can build a pretty solid physique without supplements. And supplements can make that, I don't know, maybe 1% to 5% difference if you've maxed out every other area of your life. And what it reminds me of, especially from a spiritual perspective, is when I was in high school and I was super involved with my church and all of these religious organizations, and one of my friends said, I hear you talk all about these things, but never about Jesus. And just like when my friends were teasing me about all my supplements, I got defensive and I got a little irritated. And then in hindsight, I realized that she was right. We can get so lost and caught up with Bible studies, devotionals, church, serving at church, leading. But as a Christian, the most valuable thing that we can do is spend quality time with God. What do they say? Missing the forest for the tree, or missing the tree for the forest, something like that. But getting caught up in the minor details. Just like putting in hard work in the gym, focusing on progressive overload and eating good nutritious things and resting, nothing is going to beat spending quality time with God, reading His Word, writing it in your heart, and resting in His presence. Don't let anybody try to tell you differently. So if you made it this far in the video, thank you for watching. Enjoy this Zercher squat. I know that in John 14:6, Jesus told him, I am the way, the truth, and the life. No one comes to the Father except through me. Jesus is the bread, and nothing can supplement that. Thanks for watching. Enjoy!